Hi everyone, so today we're going to be talking about how estrogen prevents bacterial infections in the vagina. So let's go ahead and take a look. And what we have here is basically a uterus, and then we're going to have the vagina. This portion down here is the vagina. I don't have all the structures drawn here. Obviously I don't have any supporting ligaments here. I don't have the broad ligament, but this is just to give you an idea. So if we look right here, you have an ovary, right? I'm also going to have an ovary over here. Okay? And now, if we look, these are going to be fallopian tubes right here. So this is, let me put this right in the middle. Okay, this is a fallopian tube, and this is a fallopian tube. Down here is going to be the cervix. That's right here. And obviously, this is going to be not that open. So this here is going to be the vagina. And then if you look right here, I am going to have cells. So I'm going to have stratified squamous epithelial cells. So if you remember, these are many layers, epithelial cells, okay? So this is going to be my stratified squamous epithelial cells that you see in here and here lining the inside of the vagina. These are non-keratinized, not like your skin cells, which are keratinized, right? So here's what's going to happen. The ovary secretes estrogen. And what estrogen is going to do is it's going to help convert glucose into glycogen inside of these cells that you see here. So this is going to be glycogen. So when estrogen is secreted, it's going to increase the amount of glycogen in cells. Now, as these cells come off, what's going to happen is the glycogen is going to be released from the cell. So now here's my glycogen here. So there's glycogen right there. Now, if you notice, I also have these cells that are along the fallopian tube and on the inside of the cervix. So what these are going to do is they are going to secrete something called alpha amylase. Now, if you notice, that's an enzyme, and you might have heard of amylase before because amylase is also in your mouth and it helps break down carbohydrates when you start to eat carbohydrates. It's also in the duodenum to help break down carbohydrates too. So we're going to have the alpha amylase there, and we're also going to be secreting it from right here in the cervix. Now this alpha amylase is going to break this glycogen down, and it's going to break it down into something called maltose. And if you recall, maltose is basically made up of two glucose molecules that are together. The maltose now is going to go to a bacteria called lactobacillus. So here's my lactobacillus. Okay, so here's my lactobacillus right there. And then what this is going to do is it's going to convert that maltose into lactic acid. So as you see, lactic acid is an acid. And what the lactic acid is going to do is as the acid builds up, it drops the pH inside the vagina. So we're going to get a decrease in pH. Normally, you want the vagina to be below 4.5. A pH of below 4.5. Remember, the lower the pH, the more acidic something is. Okay? And when you have that, when it's that acidic, it can keep a lot of bacteria from growing. So now, let's look at what can affect this. Two things. One, if people take antibiotics, what can happen is they can actually kill off this lactobacillus. So the antibiotics kill off the lactobacillus. If the antibiotics kill off the lactobacillus, you get a decrease in lactic acid. And when you get a decrease in lactic acid, this pH is going to go up. So this is becoming more of a base, it's less acidic. When it becomes more of a base, bacteria that can grow in less acidic environments will increase, and that can lead to an infection. Because then what's going to happen is those bacteria grow, now your immune system is going to realize something's wrong, it's going to start attacking the area, leading to inflammation and vaginitis. That's one thing. Second thing is, as women get older, the amount of estrogen they have decreases. When you decrease the amount of estrogen, that's going to lead to a decrease in the amount of glycogen that's being stored. When you decrease the amount of glycogen, what's going to happen is you're going to have a decrease in the maltose, And when you have a decrease in maltose, you're going to have a decrease in the amount of lactic acid. And so therefore, that's also going to increase the pH. And again, if we increase the pH, it's becoming more of a base. And when it becomes more of a base, more bacteria can grow. Then your body has to, your immune system has to go in and fight this off. And then what happens is you have vaginitis again. You have inflammation. So that's basically the role that estrogen plays in preventing vaginal infections. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we will catch you next time.